This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech! And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Ah, smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
Support for this podcast and the following message come from Corient. Corient provides wealth management services centered around you. They focus on exceeding your expectations and simplifying your life. Corient has been helping high achievers just like you enjoy their lives more fully, preserve their wealth, and provide for the people, causes, and communities they care about. As one of the largest integrated fee-only registered investment advisors in the U.S., Corient has deeply experienced teams in 23 strategic locations. Corient has extensive knowledge spanning the full spectrum of planning, investing, lending, and money management disciplines. Leverage Corient's exclusive network of experts to craft custom solutions designed to help you reach your financial goals, no matter how complex they may be. Real wealth requires real solutions. For more information, connect with a wealth advisor today at Corient.com. That's Corient.com. Corient.com.
Hey there, it's Jason DeLine, host of Comedy Album Book Club. We're here at the Toronto Sketch Comedy Festival Brunch, and I'm with Carson Pinch. How you doing, Carson?
I'm doing great. I'm full of nachos.
That's a good way to start a Saturday. Carson Pinch is a local comedian. You do a lot of one-man shows.
Yes. Semi-one-man shows.
Semi-one-man shows. You have guests and things popping in and out.
Guest features, cameos, if you will.
And what is your show this year, and when does it happen?
It's called Carson Fears Fear Itself. It's it's always these big spectacles. This is going to be like a big, like, introspective look at fear and anxiety and common social anxieties that we all go through, but through the lens of comedy and spectacle. Like, we have a huge black light number, and it's all a mess.
So would you say it's similar to stand-up and that it's from your perspective, or do you play characters, or...
These shows are usually all from Carson at a heightened Carson.
It's a bigger version of yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
I actually am. I'm reticent and not. I feel like I'm not the best character actor, but I can do
yourself. You're pretty good at playing yourself.
I can do myself. I got a good impression.
Cool.
Yeah.
So how does it differ from stand-up to you?
From stand-up, well, I love having other people around. Stand-up is so scary in that, and why I respect it so much is that, like,
you're vulnerable.
It's just you on the stage. I can kind of put out these ideas, couch in sketch.
But you get a little support.
Yeah, got the support of other people, and with stand-up, just putting it all out there is like, this is you. This is your ideas. So scary.
And this is kind of neat because you can say, rather than say, here's the story of what I think this concept is, you can say, here's the concept, now let me show you, right?
Exactly.
Which is kind of fun.
Here's
it's sort of a blend of the two.
And I can create art for the whole show that kind of interweaves these threads.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many have you done?
This will be my 4th year as doing a solo show, and it'll be my 6th year in the festival.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Wow. And is it a different solo show every time? You don't repeat?
Different, every new show, every time, and it's lost to the wind afterwards.
What's your process like in writing
I'll start writing around November. I'll write an hour, and then I'll get rid of half of it, and then I'll bring in a director. This year I'm bringing in the fabulous fabulous Paul Bates.
Oh,
who
great.
is directing this show, and we'll make it good.
That's always the hope, right?
Hopefully.
And how well, you're also involved with the Sketch Fest. You're part of this brunch that we're here at today. Tell us a little bit about that and what the idea is behind that.
Yes, I'm always looking for new ways to meet other people, especially troops from other parts of the world, and just to see how they do comedy and what the community is like in their hometowns, be it Philadelphia, Chicago, Newfoundland, Edmonton. I love touring my shows and seeing the festival experience outside of the city.
And you get to enjoy their hospitality as well, right?
And now I get to pick
back.
their brains a little bit
Right.
here at a brunch
Right.
and see what it's like to perform over there.
Very cool.
Performing in Red Deer is very different than performing in New York, so
Fair enough,
it's great to know these things.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So when's your show? Fear Itself. Carson, is it Carson Fears Fear Itself?
Carson Fears Fear Itself will be playing at the Theater Center Incubator on Wednesday, March 13th, and Friday, March 15th.
Oh, 2 shows. Excellent.
shows.
Okay, great. All right, so they can find that on the Sketchfest app or on the website.
Gotta get that app.
Gotta get that app.
Secret shows.
There are secret shows on the app.
You can schedule yourself on that. Oh man, that app, so good.
App enthusiast Carson Pinch, thanks for talking with me, buddy.
Of course,
All right,
thank
have
you.
a great fest.
All right.
Here we go. Okay, Jason DeLine, host of Comedy Album Book Club, back with you again, and I'm sitting with sketch comedian and, well, you do lots of things. Cameron Wiley, yeah, the Cameron Wiley. You're a Sketchfest mainstay. You're a veteran of this whole thing.
Yeah, it's great. All you need to do is just never go away, and people start calling you like sketch comedy mainstay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I get like legend a bit, and I think the legend is just like he doesn't age. He's just been here forever.
Yeah,
like,
the legend is there's this guy who never leaves.
will never
is that
go
true?
away. And I think it is true. I have no plans of ever stopping because this is the best community in the city, and this festival is so much fun. And it's all about new connections and seeing new ideas of what comedy is and getting it re-inspired every year.
Have you done it every year?
The first year I wasn't there. I didn't know it existed. Second year I was there as a volunteer.
And that's when you were like 6 years old, right?
Yeah,
you were just a baby when I started.
Yeah, I was just I was 6 years old. I could barely take a ticket, but they were nice enough to let me volunteer.
They had big losses that year, I think. Yeah.
Well, it was an investment in me, I think. That's how I like to think about it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, every year since year number 3, I've been through this festival with. I think I'm at 10 different troops or projects that I brought through this festival.
Can you name them all?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
So I started out with my sketch troupe, Smells Like the 80s.
Right,
If
yeah.
you're a fan of that, with K. Trevor
I am.
Wilson.
I remember K-Trev in that, yeah.
You
There was a
should-
great Miners sketch that was legendary.
I'm not allowed to talk about too much, but if you download the Toronto Sketchfest app, there may be some very relevant news for Smells Like the 80s fans and
Oh, interesting.
secret shows happening this week at Sketchfest.
Wow, guys. You heard it here first.
So this is actually a
That's
scoop.
exciting.
I'm not supposed to
That's a
talk
big
about
scoop.
it at all.
Check that app.
Paul, I know I signed that NDA, but
There's no way to prove this is you. So
yeah, this
you're
could be
fine.
anyone's voice. I've
Yeah.
only said no
Totally.
picture. So yeah, Smells Like the 80s. That was
Yep.
the first troupe.
Okay.
Did this festival for 5-6 years.
Awesome.
We disbanded, and I formed a duo with Olivia Coburn
Well,
called.
before we move on, Smells Like the 80s, there was a lot of people in that, and I think sort of a rotating cast, if I'm not.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it came out of the Humber School of Comedy, so it was a group of 4 grads. They're all graduates now of the Humber School of Comedy.
Finally, some of them have finally just graduated.
Well, Trevor never graduated.
Oh, is that right?
And then just in the recent years, he has been, I think, I was talking to him last week, and I think he said they just said, like, you know what, your real world experience counts for so much. We're just going to give you that final credit. And
That's great.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
and Oxford gave him the doctorate too, right?
yeah, Dr. K. Trevor Wilson.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
So it came. There was 5 of us, and with any group, you kind of find where the voices are, and that whittled down to a core of 3 of us: myself, Curtis Steele, K. Trevor Wilson. Then Trevor's friend Liam jumped in for a couple years. He kind of we had some trouble with him, so he left. It was just the 3 of us again. And then Sean Jordan, who a lot of people know as the rapper, the Word Burglar.
Right. Yeah, Word Burglar.
He joined in for a couple years.
From Halifax, right?
Yeah, and so he's been the 4th member for our last big push. And
Amazing.
Again, download that app. You might see Sean Jordan very soon.
That's very cool. Any chance he might open the show with some rappings?
Look, I don't want to give away too much, but
many secrets.
This secret show may be a full hour, and so we may be looking at all possibilities of how to fill 60 minutes.
I really love how you keep secrets. It's very juicy. It's
yeah,
very
well,
exciting.
I mean...
There's leaks coming out of
I'm
you.
the most trusted man in sketch comedy. For a reason.
For a reason. So after Smell Like the 80s, you said you paired up with...
Olivia Coburn, who was in a troupe called Reverse Oreo. I don't know if this oral history stuff is interesting to anyone, but I'm just going to go into it. Called Fun Car. We were around for like 2 or 3 festivals. We did the New York Sketch Comedy Festival 2 times.
Nice.
So that was fun. But we just never really connected too hard. We just wanted to be doing sketch comedy. So I landed in another sketch comedy troupe. I can't remember their name. With Jamie O'Connor, we were a duo.
Oh, yeah.
We did one sketch fest.
Oh, no, wait. I remembered the name.
Yeah, it hasn't aged very well. But if you want to Google it, you can try to figure it out. We thought it was pretty funny at the time. But
go through the entire script of RoboCop, and you'll find the name of it.
It's a RoboCop reference.
It's a RoboCop reference.
Hasn't aged very well, and it's a bit of a regret. After that, formed up a sketch comedy super group called Odat Dumb.
Yes.
And we ran through the festival for a couple of years.
Who was in that?
Carson Pinch,
Yeah.
Jeff Clark, Natalie Metcalf, Matthew Cowell, Dave Barclay, and myself.
Great.
Dream Team. We won Producer's
bunch
Pick.
of
We won,
goofballs.
the goofiest bunch of nicest, funniest people.
And it felt, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you were trying to push the envelope with how can you create good comedy out of the dumbest ideas possible. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we were just like, we have all these dumb ideas that working in larger ensembles we maybe couldn't have done, but let's just fall into this and see how can we make these stupid ideas stay stupid, but also how do we make it sort of accessible for an audience?
Right.
And we were often very good at doing that, and sometimes it was just too dumb to be salvaged, but we love that kind of stuff.
Right, sure. And you have a balance in a show, right? It's usually not just one concept of the whole thing, so if something doesn't work, you've got something that will come right off.
And that's a great thing about a sketch. It's
right.
You're committing 3 to 5 minutes of your time to watch a scene, and then if it doesn't work, good, something new's coming up.
Yeah.
So that's what's that, Matt? Number 4?
Odat Dumb, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, Odat Dumb, number 4. Did a duo with Chris Levier called Oops, It's Chris and Cam. We had some very good voice work in that.
Yeah, I remember that. I think it was nominated. Just the voice work was nominated for several awards.
Yeah, they said strip away all that sketch comedy garbage, and this could be a Juno-winning comedy album. Yes, Jason provided the voice work in between our sketches, which led a beautiful narrative about 2 friends in a coma.
That was a lot of fun.
It
I
was
like that show a lot.
ton of fun. After Oops, It's Chris and Cam, we had 32 short sketches about bees, which is a fringe show I was a part of.
Right. I didn't see that because I do legitimately have a fear of bees.
I wasn't sure whether you were just trolling me at first.
No, I wasn't.
And then I read, oh no, you actually are terrified of bees.
Yeah, and I know that you wouldn't have had any bees on stage, but I
couldn't take that
I
chance.
felt nervous about knowing you. It's possible you would have just unleashed bees on the audience, and I knew that if I'd asked you, I couldn't believe any answer you gave me, so I just had to steer clear of it.
That is wonderful. Yeah.
If there were tigers, I'd be in.
Really?
Mosquitoes, Draculas. It's just bees. It's the only thing I'm scared of.
Interesting.
It's my weakness.
Well, listeners, you heard it here. If you ever need to,
put me in a.
Yeah, if you need to attack Jason,
that's great.
Get those bees.
I may cut this out.
No, the world needs to know. You're a reporter. The truth needs to get out there.
Yeah, it's true.
If people are looking up what my old sketch troupe name is, they got to know you're also afraid of bees.
So when did Goldo come into play? Was that part of that?
That was the same year. I did a solo show, and solo in the sense of it was written and produced by myself. I brought in a bunch of my friends to help fill out the scenes. People that it was a great excuse to work with people that I love.
Awesome.
Like I got to bring in my friend John Plester, who is coming into town from Philadelphia, and put him in scenes with me. I had Joel Buxton in there. I had Nicole Passmore. Who else was in that first one? My friend Alex, who's an actress, like a legit TV actress, come in and dabble in sketch comedy with me. So that was wonderful, and it was great to really put my name out there. I've been a part of so many ensembles to have just, this is the Cam Wiley show.
Right.
And that was Goldo, which was a giant golden man, this big old cardboard costume. I think I was about, with the golden top hat, I think I topped out at around 15 feet tall. So just these giant legs and stilts and these big golden robot arms.
And you've had to build that more than once.
Because I also submitted this show to Montreal, so I got yelled at after the end of my show for leaving pieces of Goldo around the theater, so I just had to run and throw it in the dumpster outside the theater center. And then a month later, it's like, Cam, you're coming to Montreal doing this Goldo show. So the second one was a much easier build because I figured out how to do it the first time, but it was still a lot of paint, a lot of cardboard, a lot of tape.
But that show had other challenges because, as I recall, not all of your cast was there, and you had to draft people from Montreal.
That was a very scary moment because, again, I am super ambitious with my casting, so I had a group of friends from Toronto who were going to come to Montreal and do the show. I had a group of friends from Philadelphia who were coming into Montreal. I was going to put them in the show, and then on the day of my show, crazy traffic accidents backing up the pipeline between Toronto and Montreal. People from Philly hadn't showed up, hadn't called me to let me know where they are. So I'm sitting at Theater St. Catherine, just looking at my script saying... Alone, saying, oh my god, I'm going to have to do a half an hour by myself. What can I do? So I'm furiously rewriting it. Bless the people from Hot Raw Fire. They were hanging out and they're like, yeah, we'll jump in and do a show. I'm like, great, I've got 3 people now. I can make this a show. But then, 2 hours before the show, Philly shows up. Great, I've got so many more pieces. I do complex shows. I love trying to stress myself out as much as I can to put on a spectacle.
Sure. High concept.
Make moments that people remember. High visual moments. Really, a lot of moving pieces. And then, half hour before the show, the Toronto cast shows up. I have enough time to introduce them to the people they're going to be sharing scenes with. This is the first time they've all met. We run maybe half of our scenes where they interact, and then boom, on stage.
So how many cities are involved now in this production? How many from different cities?
So it's in Montreal, half the cast from Philly, half the cast from Toronto.
Amazing.
So it's a tale of 3 cities.
Wow.
But of course, I just love to push the envelope. I love that we live in a world where you can make friends on the festival circuit, and of course, they make you laugh, you make them laugh. You should be working together.
And the pressure of a live show with that is just such a one moment, right? A singular moment that is going to be its own unique, scary, fun. And how did it go? How was the show?
Oh, it went great. It was so well received.
Was there some improv in it? Were you guys sort of having to fake your way through some stuff?
No, everyone seemed to really know their scenes. I think there's a lot of time to on the plane to read the script, so they knew the scenes. But it was kind of fun to see people sort of feel each other out.
Yeah, that first interaction is the real show.
And I want to congratulate myself because it felt like everyone was of the same mind, and it felt like there was chemistry there. And if people had more than just half an hour together, it would have come across more as we're all pals, because we all hung out after, and we all are pals.
So perfect casting as far as you're concerned.
So I want to move on to something on that theme of working with friends from other cities, but I got to finish my list.
Yes.
So after Cam Wiley, I did a duo this year called the Jelly Boys, and I'm doing a show. This comes out on the day of the show. John Plester from Philadelphia, who was in my solo show last year, we're doing a duo show called the Fruit Cart Bonanza.
So Sunday, March 10th, which will be today, at what time?
7 p.m. at the Theater Center.
All right. So go to the app. You can find that show. Cameron, what's the name of the show? Is it
Cam Wiley and John Plester present the Fruit Cart Bonanza.
Right. And so this involves...
It involves over $1,600 worth of real fruit on the stage.
This is the first time I've heard the figure.
We are losing money hand over fist on this show, but we're going to have fruit from all corners of the globe. We have orchard fresh apples. We have mouth-watering exotics, all on a custom-built fruit cart that's going to be on the stage for the audience to enjoy throughout the show.
As long as you sell like 600 tickets.
Sketchfest gets all that money. It's there's no way we'll come anywhere close to breaking even. But John and I, we believe in the power of spectacle, we believe in the power of art, and we want to do something that everyone walks away saying, I saw something special that I will never, ever see again.
Wow.
So I mentioned the word moments before. This is a show with very distinct moments, and we're so proud. And it's been a logistical challenge trying to write and create a full show with someone who lives in a different city. But we're so excited to show that it can be done, and it can be done well. I mean, we live in a digital world. All these cross-country collaborations.
How did you collaborate? Was it camera stuff or just sending texts back and forth?
It's a lot of text. We both have jobs where we're at computers, so we're on Google Chat all day. Ideas back and forth. A lot of working on scripts on a shared drive, and once or twice a week checking in for an hour and a half just to read through scripts, riff on ideas, because you need that sort of instantaneous feedback and to build and riff on each other.
And where does he live? Where's John from?
He's from Philadelphia.
Oh, he's okay, cool. So he was the one was he one of the guys who did that show with you in Montreal?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
we met during the festival, and we'd see each other on the circuit, and we would always say, oh my God, your material is so funny, and it speaks to me.
That's very cool.
So it made sense to try to put our voices together. They're very complementary.
That is one of my favorite things about this community and these festivals is that you get to meet weirdos that are like you, and you feel less alone, maybe, like that you get to be put in touch with these people who you're meant to be in touch with.
100%. It's a magical feeling when you see an act that you don't know, and it just resonates so much with you, and you say, oh my God, you are writing this for me. This is what I love about sketch comedy, coming out of what feels like the blue.
Who were some of your influences?
I'll tell you the first moment where I thought it blew my mind, where I understood sketch comedy could be more than just Saturday Night Live. I was in high school at a house party, and for some reason, Mr. Show was on TV, and I was watching it, and this is bonkers. This is so specific. I didn't know this is what I love, but I love it, and that's when I started to understand that comedy isn't a universal thing. It can be more specific and niche, and
and they're so precise with every word and every intention.
It's a masterclass, and watching it, I revisit it every couple of years, and you pick up new things, or you learn to appreciate new things when you understand more of format and how do you actually create a sketch, and you see they're doing this very well.
Yeah.
And it's also wonderful to see to understand this sketch is based on one dumb joke you had in the writer's room, and how you were able to build that dumb idea out into a sketch.
Without it being the same setup and punchline 6 times for 4 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes Saturday Night Live falls into that trap where here's a concept, how do we just make a bunch of puns about it for 4 minutes and then just sort of run out of gas? Mr. Show never did that.
It's it's a much easier schedule. I say that there's no such thing as an easy schedule in creating TV or comedy.
Yeah. Well, especially when you have a week to do it. Saturday Night Live is its own animal.
Yeah, that's an impossible thing, and sometimes it's just got to be. This is good enough.
Yeah.
It has enough good stuff in it to make up for any weak structural points.
Totally. Yeah. Cool. Well, great talking with you, Cam.
So wonderful to chat.
And this is, this will be interesting forever, but it's timely today, releasing on Sunday, March 10th. Tonight, Cam's show is at 7 p.m. Find it on the app, and as we alluded to, look for those secret shows. You're in for a real treat. If there happens to be a K. Trevor Wilson word burglar involved, Smells Like the 80s show. If that exists, and we're not saying it does, that's not something you want to miss. Cam, always a pleasure.
So good to chat with you.
Have a great fest. Hey, Jason DeLine here again, host of Comedy Album Book Club. I'm sitting with Edmonton sketch group, Girl Brain.
Woo!
Hello, ladies. We're here with Ellie and Karen and Allison. No, that's totally wrong. Ellie, Kaylee,
Allison.
Yeah. Well, you can make all those names.
Yeah, you could be a Karen. I will never be a Karen.
What's a Karen that you aren't? What is Karen that you aren't?
I don't know. I feel like Karen works in an office.
Karen does not wear leather pants.
No.
Like Kaylee is right now.
Kaylee's wearing leather pants.
Yeah, Karen works in an office. She wears like a flowy flower skirt. I guess I've got a few of those, so I can, like, maybe in like 20 years I could be a Karen. I'll get my hair permed. Yeah.
All Karens have perms and flower dresses, worked in an office.
Yeah, totally.
Coming for you, Karen. You hear this? What do you do, Kaylee?
Outside of sketch comedy, I'm a waitress.
Okay.
Shocking, I know. Yeah.
What about you two?
I do social media marketing.
Oh, okay. For what kinds of clients? You probably don't want to say.
All different kinds,
All different
honestly.
kinds?
Like, I do Girl Brain's social media.
Makes sense.
I do my dad's social media.
What's your dad do?
He's a singer-songwriter.
Really? Is your dad Paul Anka?
Oh my
Bobby
gosh.
Curtola?
I just realized that, yes, both of those men are my father.
What a scoop! This is incredible. Wow. You heard it here first. And what do you do, Allison?
I teach kids theater.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And I run a Shakespeare company in Edmonton. And I'm also a server.
Great.
On the side.
And how did you three end up doing sketch together?
We'd known each other for a long time. Ellie and I met when we were like 15, and then these guys met during a Fringe tour, and then we all collectively, I don't know, formed this amoeba that is Girl Brain.
How long ago?
Less than a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
Wow. And is this your first festival, or what have you been doing since?
This is our first festival.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congrats.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
The furthest we've been outside of Edmonton was Canmore until now.
That's not that far.
That's
To
not
do
too
sketch
hard.
comedy.
Okay, cool. And so you had a show last night, correct?
We did.
Friday.
Yeah.
And I heard it went well.
It did.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. And so you don't have another show.
We have
You have one more show?
tonight
Tonight.
at 7.
Okay, so this is this Saturday. So this doesn't start till this airs on Sunday. This airs tomorrow.
Okay, so
So listeners, last night's show, you missed it, and the show before, but I'm sure they were both amazing.
you missed out. Next time.
Next time, guys.
Are there places they can find you though online, or
Yeah.
do you have any sketches up there?
Yeah, we are on Instagram at GirlBrainYeg, Y-E-G, and we're on Facebook, Girlbrain Sketch Comedy.
Okay. And any YouTube stuff or anything like that?
We are
Twitter?
getting into YouTube. We are not
Okay.
on Twitter.
But you can find 3 of our films on our website. So
Oh yeah?
www.girlbrain.
Yeah, that's right. We have a website.
Girlbrainyeg.com. What is Yegs?
That's our airport.
Y-E-G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Everybody in Edmonton is really into Yeg. Like,
Oh, yeah?
Yeg's a big
Really?
thing. Yeah.
We're YYZ here.
Yeah.
I think they say YYZ because that's what they say most.
I would say
Yeah.
YYZ too.
But we don't have it. We don't say like
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I feel like yeg is almost a word, whereas
It is.
YYZ really isn't. That's just
Do these airport codes stand for anything, or is it just random codes?
I
feel like I
You
knew that
Edmonton
once.
great, something like that.
I like
That's what I like.
Your Edmonton.
No, I like you, Edmonton. Great.
You Edmonton great. It's a caveman
be-
saying.
That's how we talk in Edmonton.
Yeah. We from Edmonton.
You
We Edmonton great. Wig.
So it's girlbrain.com. Just remember that snappy little slogan.
I'm
and
never
they can
gonna
find
forget
a
it.
few of your videos. So what kind of videos do you do? Are they're like sketch videos,
Yeah.
I guess?
We
Yeah.
have 3 up that we filmed last year with a production company, Catapult Pictures in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And one of them was shortlisted for our short film festival.
Oh, nice. Did you guys take part in the festival this past Wednesday as part of the sketch
didn't.
fest?
No, we did. We hadn't got here yet.
Oh,
But,
fair enough.
so we were following it online, which
Okay, yeah, I heard it was good too.
great.
Let's talk about more things we have no idea how it went and we weren't at. What are movies we haven't seen? Let's talk about that.
Oh my gosh, I have a list. long
There's
one.
more movies I haven't seen than movies I have.
I would say everyone. That's probably true for everyone.
Yeah.
There are tens of thousands of movies, right?
There's
Maybe even more.
No, maybe more.
Maybe
even
even more.
billions.
Maybe
I don't know.
billions? Billions of
There's
movies?
more movies than people. How many people? Okay, sorry, I'm getting off track.
I'd like to hear that question.
How many people are
in the
currently-
movies.
No, what is the population
Population
of
of
Earth?
Earth?
It's over 7 billion now.
Is it that high?
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought that I was like billions was like shortchanging it. I thought it was trillions.
No, wow. Yeah, this planet would be in big trouble. That's a lot more.
I actually really want to know how many movies exist now. So that's what I'll be doing after.
Well, that's a fun little quiz for our listeners. You tweet back at us with how many movies you think there are. We'll trust you not to Google that. And the winner will have an inflated sense of self-worth. That's all I can offer you. So what's next for you three after Toronto?
We have 2 shows in Edmonton next week at Grindstone Theatre.
Grindstone Theatre?
Yeah, Grindstone.
Grindstone. Oh, that's
Kind
a
of
much
like
better name.
Grindhouse. That's a movie I haven't seen, so I don't know.
Fair enough. And so what's the date? What's the date for that show?
March 15th and 16th.
March 15th and 16th, and there'll be details either on your Facebook, Instagram, or website, probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
baby.
great. Well, enjoy Toronto, and thanks
we
for
will.
being here. Nice
Have been.
talking to you. And everybody, check out Girl Brain. They're very nice people, and I assume we're funny. Thanks for listening.
Sure is crispy.
Cameron Wiley says the food at the Rhino is crispy.
Print it. I'll put my reputation behind that.
Cameron,
Every single item, from the crispy toast to the crispy eggs to the crispy coffee. Medical issues. Mwah. Chef's kiss.
oh, you're a fan of crispy eggs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they come out all slimy. I eat them in the shell, so they're extra crispy. I don't like that slimy inside, but the crispy outside of an egg, oh, yeah, that's a brunch.
Cameron Wiley, full egg eater, Rhino fan. Jason DeLine, Queen West.
You know how to book flights and hotels. All you're missing is a tool to plan the travel experiences you'll have once you arrive. That's why you need Viator. Book guided tours, excursions, and more in one place. There are over 300,000 travel experiences to choose from, so you can find something for everyone. And Viator offers free cancellation and 24/7 customer support for worry-free travel. Download the Viator app now and use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.
Swimsuit? Check. Sunscreen? Check. Phone charger? Check. Don't forget to pack the 5-Hour Energy. It fits great in a pocket or carry-on, and the alert feeling will help you arrive ready for anything. Now get 20% off when you use code 5HETRAVEL at 5hourenergy.com. Expires April 30th. One-time use only. Not valid with other discounts. Remember, visit 5hourenergy.com and use code 5HETRAVEL to save 20%.